Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'm going to definitely go over an interesting and different type of story. Title: My girlfriend's friends gave me a bath when I was drunk. I'm disgusted and embarrassed. And guys, this story is about a guy. He's 20 years old, in college, and one night he went out with his bros, had way too much to drink to the point that he was a fall-down drunk, throwing up all over the place, just way too much, and frankly, in my opinion, that was stupid. But I've done that too, and I know it's dumb, and I learned the hard way. Anyway, his girlfriend, because he lives with her, she and her friends all took him to the bathtub, stripped him butt naked, and proceeded to wash him and clean him and all that, even though he didn't want them to. Like, he was conscious enough to say, stop, don't do this, all that. They didn't listen. And giggling and carrying on and touching him and all that. And the next day, when he woke up and realized all that, they still were laughing and giggling, and he was really pissed because he's like, I didn't want you to do this. I'm humiliated. I'm disgusted. And you all get where I'm getting at here, where the situation was reversed. You can imagine the shitstorm that would be if it was the gal who got drunk and all his guys were doing the same thing, right? People would be after him with torches and pitchforks. But because it's a guy, everybody's making it out to be not a big deal, calling him a big crybaby. And now he wants to think about reporting them to the college authorities and all that. I bet a good one to go over here, guys, to show you from the opposite side of the things and to show you how double standard, where if a gal complains about a certain thing, in a situation like this, it'd actually be warranted. You know, it's torches and pitchforks. But if a guy does it, well, he's just being a big baby. So, starts off, it says here, so I, a 20-year-old male, went out partying with a few buddies, and we all came back pretty wasted. I lived with my girlfriend and came home extremely drunk. My friends put me to bed and left. My girl, a 19-year-old female, had 2 or 3 friends over. I ended up throwing up all over myself, and my girlfriend came to check on me and saw some puke on me. Well, that's nice. She's caring enough for you, but the way that this goes about, it was totally wrong. So she and her friends lugged me to the bathroom, took off all my clothes, and gave me a bath. Like scrubbing everything with a sponge bath, butt naked. I was semi-conscious at the time and half aware of what was happening, but barely able to move. I mumbled, stop, and no a few times, but I don't think they really heard. Well, we're going to find out whether they heard or not. Even drunk me was humiliated to be naked in front of all my girlfriend's face. Now, if the girls helped him in the tub, and then the girlfriend did all that, and they left, that'd be a different ball game. But this is different. So they washed me and then put me to bed with a blanket over me without putting clothes on me. I woke up hungover the next day and could see I was naked under the covers. I immediately put the clothes on, and my girlfriend and friends had slept over. They were doing a movie night or thing, and they were already up. They all started giggling, and I felt super self-conscious. One of them complimented me and said I was handsome. Translation: she was checking out your ass and your package. I told them I was totally not okay with what they did. Their expressions immediately changed, and they all started yelling, and they were just trying to help me, and I had no leg to stand on. I reiterated they were not allowed to wash me without my consent, especially if I was able to talk, and I was going to be talking to someone about it. Uh-oh. They freaked out, but I pushed past them and I left. I haven't gone back home yet, but I've been getting tons of texts begging me not to do anything. They kept saying that when you're drunk, friends are supposed to help you out and clean you up. So now I'm asking, what should I do? Should I do something about this? What do I do? Am I wrong to feel exposed? Well, he's not wrong, and if his gut's telling him that I was saying don't do this, keep your hands off me, no, and they were doing it anyway, then he has a right to be upset and have an issue with this. But again, because this is a guy having an issue with this, because most people are saying a bunch of chicks that were in college were giving you a bath, boo-hoo. And if he was fully conscious and it was okay with this, that's one thing. But he's not okay with this. And he remembers enough to say, I told you no. Now the situation was reversed, right? Right? If it was a gal, torches and pitchforks. He also says, to answer some common questions, number 1, I was not flailing or thrashing or continuing to puke. I was totally immobile. Everything was foggy, and I told them no, but I wasn't really moving. Number 2, I do not regularly get this drunk, and thanks to all the people for saying it's my fault. I'm in college, and some days we go out and get a little overboard. We all had those days, and we all threw up. It happens. Even I've done that stupid bullshit when I was younger, and I regretted it then. I still regret it now. There were times that I could have gotten in some serious trouble, and I learned the hard way. But I recommend this guy doesn't let himself go like that ever again. You can't, if you literally can't have a good time unless you get fall down drunk, you got a serious fucking problem. But that doesn't justify what they did. Number 3, my girlfriend could have easily bathed me herself. There's people arguing that switching their genders isn't the same because one guy could bathe a drunk girl. So could she. I wasn't fighting or anything. I bathed her once or twice, and I make her girlfriends leave too because I respect her privacy. What the hell's with these kids? Repeatedly, he's bathed her when she's gotten drunk and barfing all over the place. Number 4, it's not the same as doctors doing it. Doctors are trained medical professionals, and my girlfriend's friends are not my loved ones. We're not friends, they're her friends, we barely talk about it. And he says, also, I have my own room, I puked in my room, we don't share it. Now with his update. He says, hi again everyone. I'm the little crybaby bitch whose girlfriend and friends gave me a group bath. He's saying that because people were insulting him. Sound weird yet? To clarify, I was fine with them helping me go to the tub. But my girlfriend knew I was uncomfortable with her friends being there, and trust me, she did not need their help. I've cleaned her up before, and she's cleaned me up once before, and did it on her own. These are her friends, not mine. We don't have a relationship. They touched me all over while I was vulnerable and without clothes. That's disgusting, and they 100% knew what they were doing was wrong. Well, here's a question I gotta ask. Are her friends a bunch of hippos, or are they a bunch of hotties? But I think regardless, he'd be bothered whether they're a bunch of hotties or hippos. But some guys wouldn't care. We've all gotten drunk before. We're in college. It happens. Not often, but every now and then we help each other out. But my girlfriend had permission to help me out, not her friends. Just like how she gives me permission to help her out, not her friends. They all stayed there. They knew they should have left. I told them to stop. Anyway, the point isn't that. It's the update. I was staying at my friend's house, and he was on my side, thankfully. My girlfriend stopped by to talk when he was out and showed up the door. When I saw her through the peephole, the first thing I did was start a video on my phone in my pocket. You know, a lot of young guys are doing that now in these stories. They immediately know to turn their video on their phones because they know what can happen otherwise. She started explaining to me that they were helping me out and I needed their help. I cut her off and asked her how'd she feel if my friends and I bathed her. She got quiet and said it wasn't the same thing. Girls are more vulnerable than boys, and it was her and her friends' natural maternal instinct to take care of me. Let's just say, for argument's sake, they really intended to help him. Still, you could tell they really enjoyed it. And he said no. Repeatedly, he said no during this whole thing, and they kept doing it anyway. That's the thing. Even if their intentions were good. And then again, as the saying goes, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I asked her real talk, why didn't she tell her friends to leave? She didn't say anything for a while, and after some grilling, she finally replied she did, but they asked to stay because they didn't think she could handle it herself. No, they just wanted to look at the naked guy. I asked her why she didn't say no because she knew she could. She's done it before. And she said they wanted to stay so she'd let them. They said just in case and insisted, so what's the harm? I asked why, and she shrugged and she started crying. When all else fails, bring on the tears. I asked her why they didn't leave me in my boxers. She said they were dirty. I said no. She could have easily poured water with the handheld shower head and they would have been clean. I puked on my shirt and I asked again, but she stayed firm on them being dirty and she definitely had to remove them. She sort of shut off then, but I told her I wouldn't be able to forgive her if she didn't tell me exactly what happened and why. I hugged her and said I had to know or else we were done. She was hesitant, but I swore up and down I wouldn't take it to the police. I just wanted to know. She finally agreed, and I asked her if they heard me tell them to stop. And she said she heard me say something and shake my head, but she didn't know what I said. I went back to our place after the conversation, and after she went to sleep, I took out her phone. He says, yes, okay, I'm a snoop. I'm wrong, but I had to know. We know each other's passwords, so I opened it and went to her text. I texted them from her, asking if they knew what I had mumbled. One claimed they did not to have heard anything, and the other two admitted they heard me mumble stop, but I was drunk and needed their help. So, they heard it. They heard him say stop, and they didn't care. I screenshotted the text. There were some texts directly after the event where one commented, well, that was fun. Maybe sarcastic, maybe not. Nevertheless, I don't like it. I left afterwards, back to my friend's place, and texted my girlfriend. I wasn't quite ready to continue our relationship, but we'd see how it went. The reason I'm posting this is because I want some advice. I have evidence of what they did, screenshots of text and voice recording. The question I'm asking now is, should I take it to the RA or the S-word assault department? I know now they chose to stay in there after my girlfriend asked them to leave, and my girlfriend let them stay in there. I know they physically bathed me, but when I was immobile and didn't need more than one person. But is this reason enough to go to the authorities? I haven't told our mutuals about the incident because they may lead to issues, and I don't know where I want to go with this. I'm not ready to let it go, but should I report it? Our college has a firm policy on things like this. It's not a little thing. They investigate all claims, whatever they are, carefully. Better ask judgment-free internet strangers than actual people in my life. Let me have it, guys. So before I go into the comments, there you go. Should he report it to the school? Make a big issue of it. He says they investigate all things, big or small. The thing is, I think he's not going to get anywhere. I think they're going to pretty much just laugh it up because he's a guy. I mean, I could be wrong. And that'll be that. Now, let's just say for argument's sake that they all had truly good intentions. He was drunk, couldn't move, thrown up everywhere. They wanted to help him. Still, if he was saying no, because as we all know, no means no, then they should have backed off. And he said already before she's helped him before, and clearly they have a history of getting trashed this bad all the time, which is stupid. Grow the fuck up, but it is what it is. So she was capable of doing it. I think the girls, in my opinion, were just enjoying seeing the show. That's what I think. And if they heard him say no, which he has evidence that they did, and there's a problem there. And so if he needs to do that, then so be it. But I don't think he's going to get very far with that, and they'll probably be let go. But you can see the double standard here. If it was a young gal that the boyfriend and all the friends were, and she was saying no, 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 you know darn well how that would be taken. But never ceases to amaze me. So I'm going to read some comments here. We'll see how that goes. But I'd like to hear your opinion, guys. What do you think? I'm sure we can all agree on the double standard here. I just don't think he's going to get very far if he makes a formal complaint about this whole thing. So reading some comments, one guy says here, I can't believe people in the original post said that wasn't an argument. It's not like they were just helpful lug him into the bathroom or helped hold him up while he was getting his shirt off. If he let his friend strip her naked, bathe her while she says stop, there'd be a fucking mob. Right. Exactly. Another guy says here, tons of victim blaming and suck it ups in this thread. What a sad community this must be immediately to trash someone who generally feels or felt harmed or violated. Another guy says here, the fact that if you'd reverse genders, it would have been wrong. It means that if they did this to you is wrong, and treating one's privacy and intimacy is wrong regardless of gender. He says it's effing 2020. How does this still not be said? Yeah, this was 3 years old. And one more guy says, I'm extremely disappointed by the responses to this post. I've defended this sub before against allegations of double standards, but I see now where it really stands. Reverse the sexes in this, and there would just be no highly upvote post. Just get over it, and they'd be just helping. Disgusting. So a lot of people are either trashing him, saying, dude, get over it, because you're a guy, or people are defending him, saying, no, they were doing the same. If the situation was reversed, you all know this. So there you go, guys. An interesting little predicament there and scenario, and it'd be interesting to see your take on it. You may have heard this story before. I never have until now. Somebody sent me this story. And shout out to the dude that sent me this story. I forgot to mention your name, but thank you. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this. Again, should he report to the RA and the school authorities, or realize he's not getting anywhere? Who knows? And debate on whether they were trying to help out or not. We shall see. But at the end of the day, if he was saying no, or get off, whatever, they should have respected that. So we shall see. All right, guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this, and be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.